We continue getting you more updates on the Kerala gold scandal. Now the MLAs have now been warned on the visits of the 2018 Kerala government letter, which is now under lens. Niranjan, our editor, is joining us with more details on this. Over to you, Niranjan.
Thank you for that. In fact, we're getting in some breaking news now, and Shravan will also be joining us live. Now, in the course of the last few days, many details have emerged on the role of the main accused, along with some government functionaries in Kerala. We're getting in more details of how there was a letter and there was a warning that was given to some MLAs. Let me tell you directly that there was a letter dated September 2018, and Sanjeevi is joining us. I'd like to go across to Shravan as well, because Shravan has more details of this visit. Shravan, Sanjeevi is joining us live now. I'm going to read out full details of what that letter said, and then I will go across to Sanjeevi and Shravan. The letter signed by V.K. Babu Prakash, who's the secretary, said that as per this bulletin dated September 2018, in 14th Kerala Legislative Assembly, all assembly members must personally get clearance from the centre for any international travel taken up as part of invitation by any foreign government or organisations based abroad. It is seen that some members have flouted this rule and have not informed Ministry of External Affairs. The Honourable Speaker has advised that necessary permissions and political clearance be taken before such trips are made. Now, these are details, and this is a letter that we have accessed from 2018. The Speaker had warned these MLAs against their visits abroad. And let me go across to Sanjeevi. Sanjeevi, now more and more MLAs and their trips abroad, we are told, are now coming under the scanner directly. Why were these trips made? Who were these MLAs? The details we don't know, but we know that these visits are now under the scanner.
Well, before talking about the MLAs, the Speaker, Sri Ramakrishnan himself, had contact with the prime accused of the case, Swapna Suresh, and also Sandeep Nair, and also opened the workshop at the month of 2019, November, as we access the video also. But apart from that, this letter is coming out at the time when more and more connections are emerging between the accused and also the cabinet minister, Jalil, who in fact also had spoken with the Swapna Suresh and also Sandeep Nair in this case various times. But in fact, the minister is also rubbing all the allegations by stating that he spoke with Swapna Suresh over phone and also sent text based on the order which he got from the UAE consulate to clear the bills, which is actually not clear. The explanation is not logical, is what we can get from the explanation coming in from the Minister Jalil right now. So more and more connections coming out. So in fact, the Sivashankaran, the former Principal Secretary of the Kerala CMO, was also questioned by the Customs Department for almost 10 hours. And you also are given various inputs, and based on the inputs they got from the Sivashankaran IAS, they also arrested 3 people today morning. The Customs Department arrested 3 people, and they were being taken to the magistrate court and will be remanded in some time, is what we are getting to understand right now. But more and more links between the MLAs and also the prime accused on the case is also coming out right now. So we can also connect the dots, which could actually give a map on what kind of connection the MLAs and in fact had with the prime accused of the case, Niranjan.
Let me go across to Shravan as well. Shravan, why are these visits suspicious? And we are also being told that some of these visits are now under the scanner.
Well, in fact, Niranjan, this only goes to raise some very uncomfortable questions as to why would certain ministers, or for that matter, legislators, keep travelling without even informing the Ministry of External Affairs when there is a protocol in place. That in itself raises one particular question, and something perhaps the government will have to answer at some point or the other. Whether at all this directly links it to the gold smuggling case or not, that is something that we'll have to wait and watch, because what I'm picking up from the National Investigation Agency is that once the investigation, or rather the questioning of the 2 accused who are right now in the custody of the National Investigation Agency, gets over, that's when the agency steps up the second level of their investigation. That would be looking into the last 1 year in terms of the number of gold smuggling cases that have taken place. And perhaps Kerala is certainly not new to the gold smuggling cases in itself. And secondly, in how many such cases have the accused in this particular case been named? That is something that the National Investigation Agency will look into. Secondly, with regards to the link with politicians and bureaucrats, that becomes a very important, or rather the bedrock of this entire investigation, if I may say so. Because what the National Investigation Agency is saying is that once they get the entire key player list of the key players in this entire smuggling racket, then they're going to immediately start summoning the bureaucrats as well as the political leaders. In fact, the call records that were put out by Republic TV yesterday, that is also one lead for the investigation agencies, because that gives them a sense of the contacts that the accused had, especially within the government and outside the government also. Now, with regards to these ministers who have essentially been traveling outside, these records are going to be checked by the National Investigation Agency at some point or the other. It may not happen immediately, but certainly what I'm picking up from here, from the National Investigation Agency headquarters in the national capital, is that at some point these are aspects that will be investigated by the local unit in Kerala.
Now, do we know why these visits were made? Do we have details available with us, Shravan, of the MLAs, where they visited, who these MLAs are, or why these visits were made?
Well, one thing is absolutely clear is that as far as these visits are concerned, this is cutting across party lines. So it is not exactly just one political party that has basically come under the scanner, but we are given to understand that political parties in Kerala, almost every party had a certain legislators, or for that matter office bearers, who were basically traveling indiscriminately. And the question is, the problem is not with them traveling. The problem with the fact is that they did not inform, and that this is a letter that was basically raised by the Secretariat, where they were raising this question as to why exactly these legislators were traveling without informing the Ministry of External Affairs, and that is the reason why this particular note was raised. This is only something that raises very suspicious, it raises the eyebrow. And more importantly, for the National Investigation Agency, this is yet another lead, trying to look at whether at all these leaders who have basically made multiple trips over the last at least 1 year or so, or a little more than 1 year, they're also going to look at their itinerary. They're also going to look at the fact that the number of people they have essentially met. Because remember, apart from terror financing, what the National Investigation Agency is looking is into another vertical, and that vertical is money laundering. Because when they start looking into money laundering, they are also going to look at the number of companies that are involved, number of shell companies that have been floated. Because remember, this money that is being circulated, it is not only within the 4 accused that we are talking about. This is a larger racket. Because remember, in the last 1 year itself, there have been 50 such transactions that are basically now come under the scanner. That is what the National Investigation Agency is pointing out at this point in time. When we look at a larger conspiracy, when I say larger conspiracy, it would essentially involve not just politicians but also bureaucrats who have been part of this entire chain that is now going to be investigated by the NIA. Perhaps, Niranjan, this is not going to happen immediately, because the NIA has just taken over the case about a couple of days ago. So right now the focus is to ensure that the questioning of the accused gets over. Yesterday we got this news about how the non-bailable warrant has already been issued against an accused who is suspected to be in UAE. And with regards to those accused who are in the customs custody, the National Investigation Agency will also be seeking their custody. An application has already been moved. So yes, there have been fast-paced developments in this particular case, but certainly at some stage, perhaps in the next fortnight or so, you would certainly expect that more bureaucrats within the Kerala government, they too in all likelihood would be summoned by the National Investigation Agency.
Okay, thank you for joining us with those inputs. Sanjeevi, as far as the investigation is concerned, one last question. What's the update? 3 more arrests were made this morning, all of them linked to the delivery and distribution of the gold that was smuggled, is what we are told. But who was the eventual beneficiary is not known.
Well, exactly. They've been produced before the magistrate and they will be taken into custody by the Customs Department, is what we have been told. But the customs is going to take these people into custody. Remember, Niranjan, various agencies have come inside this investigation right now. Sarit is still under the custody of the Customs Department, while Swapna, Suresh and Sandeep Nair are under the custody of NIA. So while Sarit is being taken custody by the NIA, perhaps we can get more information. But still, Sarit, the statements collected from the Sarit was also be questioned to the Shiv Shankar IAS, and we've been also sent back because the counter statements will be get from the other accused. So there will also be coordination between the NIA and Customs Department in this particular matter, because they have to go to the court, seek a custody and then question the accused, which is going to take some more time. So we have to wait and see what kind of information which these people are going to get from the three new people who have been arrested. But we can say one thing, that 3 people have been arrested today morning based on the input which they got from Shiv Shankar, the Principal Secretary of CMO last night. Niranjan.
Thank you for joining us with those inputs, Sanjeevi and Shravan, with the full details as we access the 2018 letter. It was a letter that warned these MLAs who were found making visits without keeping the centre and the Ministry of External Affairs informed of their visits. They were warned against it, and it's now come under a scanner. Republic TV accessing exclusive details of that letter and the angle of the investigation that has now widened. We'll keep a close track on that story. Thank you.